Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about a whole bunch of new Super Shock shadows that are coming for ColourPop's birthday. They're celebrating their 8th birthday this year, and we are getting a whole bunch of presents because we have a ton of new Super Shock shadow shades to look at here. These are dropping on the ColourPop website on Thursday, May 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Lately, some of the more desirable products, items, shades have been selling out pretty quickly, but not whole collections. So if you know that you have your eye on a certain shade, then it might be a good idea to hop on the site to actually order at launch time. But you probably already know this if you've seen my other videos. I'm not a big fan of FOMO. I'm not a big fan of impulse buying. That's why I do such information heavy videos. That's why I do so many comparisons, because I really think that it's good to take time to purchase the things you want. But, you know, with that being said, I expect that certain colorful shades in particular will sell out. So just give your time zone a Google if you're interested in something in particular. And I don't think that many of these are going to be limited edition, maybe just the special birthday Super Shock. That one probably will be limited, but I think they will probably restock some of these other more colorful shades, particularly if they sell out really quickly. So just keep that in mind. It's not like you have to go and get everything right now, but I do expect that especially the blues and greens and probably the purples will sell out really quickly. So just trying my best to give you a balanced perspective here. Now, I'm pretty sure that affiliate codes will work on all of these products, so you can always use my code. It's just my first name, Amanda, to save 10% on pretty much everything on the ColourPop site. That is an affiliate code, so I do earn a small commission if you choose to use it, but it doesn't make your order cost anymore. So to everybody who does choose to use my code on their orders, I really appreciate it, and I am going to do my best to give you as much info as I can. We have 25 shades to go through here, so I'm not going to be doing comparisons in this video. However, I will do some over on my Instagram stories. I'll let you request which shades you want to see compared. That way we get right to the point and you get to see all the comparisons that are going to be most helpful for you. So make sure you go check out Makeup.Just.For.Fun on Instagram. That's always linked down in my description box too. That way you can check out some Super Shock comparisons over there on my Insta stories. Now, let's get to the fun part. Let's start swatching and playing with some of these new Super Shock shadows. Every year, for as long as I can remember, ColourPop has released a special birthday Super Shock shadow. I have quite a few of them. I don't think I have all of them, but this is for their 8th birthday. It's called It's My Party. I love this really cute little cupcake box that it comes in. This does have special packaging all around, so it's not just the little cupcake box, but we also get this really gorgeous packaging on the actual Super Shock pot itself. As you can see here, this peekaboo through the back, it is a pink base, and then when we open up the box, you can see that the pink base has this shifty iridescent lid. Yes, I did paint my fingernails exactly to match this, and I feel like I got a pretty dead-on match. So I don't know if that's as exciting to you as it is to me, but I was pretty excited about this nail combo. This is an ultra glitter finish. All of the Super Shocks we're going to see today are labeled as either ultra glitter or ultra metallic. This one is the same shape and size as all the other Super Shocks, even though it has some special packaging. You can see the 8 printed, stamped right into the Super Shock itself here. My guess is this will be priced at around $6. That's what the individual Super Shocks are priced at currently. And I want to give you a live swatch here. I'm not going to do live swatches for all of them, but I really wanted to put a special focus on this It's My Party Super Shock because this one is really the limited edition. You gotta get your hands on it now or never type of shade. Everything else I think you'll have time with. So this is It's My Party. Now we're getting a Super Shock Shadow Vault. This is called the Shock It To Me Vault, and it has 12 Super Shock shadows inside. According to the info ColourPop gave me, this should be priced at $55 US. I do think these Super Shock vaults and the ColourPop vault in general are a great gift idea. I know I bring up this point pretty often of doing like a makeup party. I don't know if anybody else is like me and doesn't have a lot of quote unquote real life friends that love makeup as much as we do. I don't have a lot of makeup loving friends in my life, but I have this fantasy of ordering a bunch of these vault type of products and then having a big makeup party and splitting up all of the different shades amongst myself and my friends. So if you are lucky enough to have makeup loving friends in your life, please live out my makeup party fantasy. And if you are also the only makeup lover, makeup obsessed person that you know, then we should all team up together and have a makeup party. I'm pointing out here that each one of these columns seems to be color coordinated. So I'm going to swatch these in these little column groups. It looks like the first column has a mauve purple type of theme. The middle column is definitely a warm peachy coppery type of color story. And then the very last row is a more golden and green color story. So I'm going to swatch these in those 4 shade groups. I do think that's how this layout was designed. Not that you can't mix and match however you want, but that just aesthetically makes the most sense to me. You may notice as we go through these individual Super Shocks that some are labeled Ultra Glitter and some are labeled Ultra Metallic. Personally, I don't see much of a discernible difference between those two labels. They all end up being some type of shimmery finish. Now, some do look more glittery than others, some look more metallic than others, but it doesn't really seem to follow the labels, at least in my opinion. Kind of a perfect example in this second set of swatches from the Shock It To Me Vault. The second shade we're going to look at is called Low 70s, and it's your standard shimmery peachy type of color. This is labeled as an ultra glitter, but when you see it on my arm actually applied in swatch, it looks more metallic and feels more metallic to me than the last shade called Born in LA, which is labeled as an ultra metallic. So it doesn't really seem to follow much rhyme or reason in my opinion. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I'm too close to these products. Maybe I've looked at too many Super Shocks in my life and I am just completely missing the point. And perhaps you can absolutely tell the difference. But to me, I don't think that there's a very discernible reasoning. See what I mean here? Low 70s looks just as glittery but more metallic on the skin to me than Born in LA. And all of these swatches are just finger swipe swatches onto my arm. I'm not using a brush, I'm not using any primer. So I want you to get the most raw form of these swatches. That's how I apply them to my eye. So I think that that's the most useful information I can provide you. If you are someone who has struggled with Super Shock shadows, I have a video on my channel. It's a couple years old, but all the info really stands for me. It's called Super Shock 101, all about Super Shock shadows, and I'll show you different ways I like to apply them and how to revive them if they dry out and all of that good stuff. So if you are either new to using Super Shocks, if you've struggled with them or feel maybe a little intimidated by using them, definitely go and check out that video. I'll link it down in the description box for you, and hopefully you can find some helpful information or some good tips in that video. Now I'm going to show you this last little bunch of swatches close up first, this golden green color story. Green Juice and the 405 are my favorite shadows from this collection. Probably no surprise there because it's the purple and the green, and those are basically my two favorite eyeshadow colors of the moment. Here is one big swatch so you can see all of the shades in the vault together. Some of these shades do feel a little bit too close or a little bit repetitive in my opinion, but you know, that does make this a perfect candidate for a makeup party. Just saying. Okay, I'll drop it, but you know, someday it's gonna happen for me. Now we also have a bunch of single shadows that are being released outside of the vault and the birthday Super Shock. So we have 12 all new, completely brand new colors, new shades here. All of these, again, are going to be either the ultra metallic or ultra glitter finishes. The majority of these 12 new shades are more colorful. We do have a couple of comfort zone, little golden type of colors, but for the most part, we're getting a lot of blues, a lot of greens, a lot of bright colors, and I'm really happy to see that because I think Super Shock shadows are a great way to add a pop of color for somebody who may be a little bit overwhelmed by doing colorful looks. Just adding one little colorful single into your collection is a great way to dip your toes into the water. For me, I always grab a Super Shock shadow, one of the more colorful shades. If I'm traveling, even just for a weekend or a couple of days, I'll pack a neutral palette and one or two colorful Super Shocks, and that way I have the option of adding a little something special to my look if I feel so inclined. But because these are so many bright, bold colors, these are going to be great for dedicated color lovers as well. There's really no way to go wrong with some fun new Super Shocks. In my opinion, this is not just the flagship product from ColourPop, but it's also one of their long-standing standout formulas and products that really continues to feel relevant and special in a world that's just constantly flooded with new makeup products all the time. So I'm a huge fan of Super Shock shadows. I always have been. I probably always will be. I'm thrilled to see a bunch of new colors released here. If I absolutely had to pick favorites, besides just saying I like all of them, which I do, I would pick from the first batch of 6 that I swatched. I would say Mogul and Kalia are my favorites. I know it's surprising to pick a blue over the greens, but that Kalia shade does remind me a little bit of one of my longtime favorites called Banana Daiquiri, which I'm pretty sure is long since discontinued. And from this group, I love this one called Tonight. It's such a gorgeous corally glittery shade. I think it's going to be a great summer shade. And then the very last shade that I'll swatch from this batch of new shades is a gorgeous bold purple. It's called YOLO. You'll see it here in just a second. So those are my top picks. I do prefer some of these brighter singles over the vault. There are some really cute shades in the vault, and I do find those to be a little bit more approachable for the majority, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I love both. I love a simple, more neutral look. I love a colorful look, and I like that there's something for everybody here. So across the board, I think this is a fantastic release. I always love to see new Super Shocks, and I think that these are really great. I think they're going to be popular. I think color is it right now for spring and summer, and I'm always happy to see new Super Shocks, so I'm not going to complain. Here's a quick look at all of the new shades together, the 12 new single shades. That way you can just get a feel for this entire color story. It's definitely bright. It's definitely rainbows of happiness. And, you know, what else could you really ask for? Personally, that's all I'm looking for is a Super Shock rainbow of happiness. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this new release. Are you interested? Are you going to be picking any of these up? which shades are your favorites. Do we have the same favorite shades? Who's planning the makeup party? I will bring the charcuterie board. I'll bring the cheese. Just let me know. I'll be there. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out with me here for a little bit, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Also, I love your face. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye!